Hey, what's up? It's Chris from JugglingSecrets.com, and in this video I want to do a little review for you. And this is a couple different product price points for juggling balls. I've got the Duncan 3-ball set. I've got a Higgins Brothers set. This is brand new. I have an unopened one. I just wanted to make sure I had like the casing for all of these so you can see it. And I also have the MisterM Ultimate Juggling set with 3 balls, 3 scarves, and a DVD. And I want to talk about the benefit of each of these price points and where to get them and stuff. And I got all of these on Amazon. Okay, so the first one I want to talk about is the Duncan, the original world's #1. These are actually a price point of around $10 on Amazon right now. I got them for $7.68. There's like a variance of price points and stuff. As you know, Amazon always tests pricing, so sometimes you'll spend a couple dollars more, a couple dollars less. These are really good for absolute beginners because of the price point being $10. The thing I don't like about these though, I'm gonna put this down. Okay, so the thing I don't really like about these is the fact that they're like a weird consistency when it comes to catching. So they're really a lot better than a traditional like juggling ball when it comes to they're really a lot better than juggling like tennis balls or racket balls or baseballs or anything because they are squishy. So when they hit the ground, they actually like sit. They don't like bounce and stuff and go all over the place. The thing that's kind of weird about them though is that they're boxy. I don't know if you can see that. And the edges of them, like these just look like they're cheaply made, which they're less than 10 bucks. So that's what's going to happen when you do this. This is also very similar to the stuff that you get at like toy shops and things like that for usually in like the $10 to $20 range. And these work great for beginners, like people who are just getting started and aren't sure if they want to like fully pursue juggling as like a long-term thing or not. And I have a feeling they're going to be sturdy. I've had these before in the past, like when I was a lot younger, and I ended up using these as like toys between like friends where we'd like hit each other with them because, you know, as little kids, like as little boys especially, like who doesn't throw things at each other, right? That's especially when it comes to juggling. But they're a good size for beginning. These are actually not all equal in size, which is kind of weird because they should come out of the same like factory and stuff. So the good thing about them, price point. The bad thing about them, they feel kind of cheap, and I have a feeling that the seams are going to rip. I don't know how good the image is going to show up on this, but this kind of like stitching and stuff will end up like ripping, just so you know. And at a price point of $10, that's perfectly fine. Like if you're just using them to like learn the basics and stuff when it comes to juggling stuff. So I'm gonna put those down. The next one here is the MisterM, the Ultimate Juggling Set. I got it for $20. I think it was like $19.99, and they might not have this available, to be honest with you, at this point, because right now when I looked before starting this video, they're out of stock. So he might, you know, re-up hopefully by the time you're watching this, and I'll link all of the stuff down below. This right here is actually a really good purchase because it's 20 bucks, and it comes with 3 scarves and 3 balls. And scarves, I don't like juggling scarves, but you know, some people like to have them and stuff, and you can swing them around and all that, but I'll put those down. The good thing is these balls are significantly nicer than the Duncan ones. So I'm gonna put this down. Okay, so I'm actually gonna do a comparison. So this is the Duncan ball, and this is the MisterM ball. You see the colors are identical, like typical like juggling stuff. They have the same color schemes. But you'll notice can you see the stitching on this? It's very smooth, like universal, like it's a strong beanbag, right? And then compare that with the stitches on this. Like you can see the marks right here. And I'm looking at the camera just so you can tell what I'm looking at. So the difference is pretty incredible. So the Duncan ones here, the $10 price point, and this is the $20 price point. Like uniform size, like these are perfectly cylindrical, I hope is the right term. and they feel a lot better in your hand. Like when you catch it, it sits. And they're pretty close to the same size. I think these are the 2.5 inch. I like the 3-inch juggling balls. I have those for the Higgins Brothers one that I'll show you in a second. But the consistency of the throws, like when you catch this, because it's boxy, sometimes you'll catch it on the side and it doesn't hit as smooth. Like it rolls a little bit. With these, put this down, with the MisterM ball, where it hits, it sits, because it's round, so it's made for that. So it doesn't have a boxed edge that like throws it. So these are also like beanbag filled. I'm not sure what kind of like beans they are. So they are squishy, and these are brand new, so they're not like worn down yet. I have some balls that I've had for like 20 years that are just like completely mushed down, and that's because I've used them for like 20 years or something. So the consistency is really good. Price point at $20, it's a great deal. To me, they're a little weird because of the sizing. Like the 2.5 inch feels a little small. It feels more for like higher number juggling. So if and when you get to like 5 balls, 7 balls, 9 balls, all that, and I can't do 9 balls. I've done up to 7. It's really hard. I'm not really good at it. Just so you know, just like full transparency, I'm not like a superstar juggler. I've been doing it since I was 8, so I'm pretty good. I'm considered a master because I can juggle 5, but these would be better for you if you're learning to do like numbers, because the sitting in your hand, like when you go to 7 balls and stuff, or even when you go to 5 balls, you have 3 in one hand and 2 in the other. So these fit like pretty easy and with pretty good control. Okay, so next up we're going to talk about the Higgins Brothers. Okay, so this is the Higgins Brothers. The price point of this is around like $28, $27.99. They do run specials from time to time, I think, and on their actual website they have like random colored balls that I think are $5 or $6 a piece. You'll have to look, I'll link that up down below. But the sizing on these, I think these are the 3-inch ones, and you can see like it's not significant, hopefully that works, but you can see there's like a little difference in the size. It's a little bit bigger. In this one, for me, it's more solid. Okay, so you can kind of see the difference here, like side by side. So it's not like drastic, but it is, this is a little less comfortable than holding like 3 in this hand, and I don't know how to explain like size of hands and stuff in this video. So just know that there's like I have space here, and I feel like I have a little more control with these. The price point of these is like 28 bucks. I like these the most though, and it's not just the price point, it's the feel. Like these are what I grew up juggling with, like this kind of ball. And you can tell the quality, very well done. Oops, how do I get the coloring? So you can see, like, you can't tell that the stitching is like off and stuff. Like on that first set, the Duncan balls, you could see that the stitching was like all out of whack and stuff. But for price point, like you're spending $20 more to get these Higgins Brothers balls. And let's see if I can do it. Okay, so you're not really supposed to juggle different size balls, but I figured I'd show you. That's 4 balls, but the feel for these, for me personally, is it's just like a level of comfort, something that I have and I really like the feel of these. And these, and on the actual like customer descriptions and stuff, they've like run it over with cars and stuff, and they don't peel. Like it doesn't break up and expand and all of that like the Duncan one would. I don't feel that these, the MisterM balls, that they would fall apart. Like their stitching is well done. So I really just wanted to kind of like share a couple different options for those of you who are looking to just like get juggling balls, and I'm gonna link up all of these down below so you can get them. Now my question to you is, can you juggle yet? Let me know in the comments down below, and what kind of juggling balls do you recommend? Do you have a personal favorite? Like, is there a certain brand that you like more than another? And also colors. There's certain colors that you prefer to use over the others. Let me know down below. And if you haven't subscribed yet, click the subscribe button. I think it's down on this side. Give it a thumbs up if you learned something from this. I hope this is helpful. The purpose of this channel is to kind of help people with getting started with juggling and getting comfortable with it. It's not for those of you who are like experts and professionals and all of that. If that's you, I apologize. Channel's probably not gonna help you too much because you probably know more than me about juggling. But for those who are beginners, hopefully this is helpful and hopefully you'll learn something and be at least a little bit entertained. Thank you so much for being here. Give it a thumbs up, as I mentioned earlier, and I'll see you in the next video.